You know, you'd be naive in thinking that you can do what you do and it will appeal to everybody. It just doesn't work like that, you know. So I understood what, you know, what it takes. Well, you know, I dare not say that, you know, that's a bit bold, but I mean, I understand that there is a formula and there is, you know, a method you need to adapt in order to make yourself more commercial. What's going on, my people? Smiler in the building, chilling with my homeboy Amaru Don. You're locked into Amaru Don TV each and every time. You know it's love. Peace. Amaru, what's going on, brother?
Bro, I'm good. It's been a year. The last time we spoke, I was asking you, like, you know, what deals, what label would you go with?
Yeah.
And now you found your recording home.
Yeah.
So how you finding it now? You know, working with like a major label.
Yeah. It's a great process, man. To be honest with you, I mean, yeah, they're a major label, but to me, you know, they're more a bunch of individuals who understood, you know, where I was coming from in my journey, and you know, were prepared to help me and give me the infrastructure even to, you know, get my sound heard to the masses. Do you know what I mean? So I'm working amongst a great bunch of people, man. They understand what I'm about, and you know, we all have a common interest, working towards the same goal, man. So
you're doing a lot of shows. Yeah. You know, a lot of shows. What's been like feedback thus far when you go out on stage to, you know, perform when you open?
I found that that's where I actually connect with people the most. I mean, you know, I get great feedback from the music that I put out, great feedback from interviews, but live is where I actually feel like I'm making a real connection with people. Yeah, it's been crazy.
Any shows that stood out for you thus far?
They've all been, you know, eye-openers and new experiences for me. I mean, the Mobile tour was my first proper tour, you know, and it was just, you know, good to be part of, you know, that sort of situation where I can actually see how it works and be in and amongst people who had pretty much a parallel rise to me, you know. So, you know, that served its purpose for a different reason. You know, supporting Wiley was,
I was there for that, yeah.
Yeah, he was there, yeah. You know, it was good for me because it's, you know, it's pretty much my typical crowd, in the sense that, you know, it was very hip-hop, you know, and it's pretty much an acid test, because, you know, hip-hop audiences sometimes just want to watch the show. They don't really want to take part, they just want to watch and see what you've got to offer them. But, you know, I feel like the feedback from the Wiley tour was great. And the Professor Green tour was just a complete new experience. It was the first mainstream tour that I'd actually done, and, you know, the support that I received from that tour was just phenomenal. You know, no tour yet has matched it, you know, at all. It's, you know, it's proper crazy. I mean, Pro and his whole team, really receptive, great bunch of people. You know, the audience, you know, they come to see a show. So when you're putting on for them, you know, they show and display their appreciation. So that was great for me as well. And recently I just supported Nas in Edinburgh, and obviously that's one of my musical inspirations, so that was a great deal for me as well.
To what, Pro Green?
Yeah.
He's on the new single with you, right?
Yeah, top of the world.
That's a power move. Like, Pro's doing really well in this scene. So when you get to record a track with Pro, do you look at what it could do for you on a commercial level as well as an artistic level?
Yeah, I guess, you know, you'd be silly not to, but to me that wasn't my primary concern. I mean, you know, you know, he's a great individual in terms of, you know, his approach towards things, his attitude, and, you know, just how genuine he is, you know. So we clicked on that sort of level anyway. Plus, we known each other, you know, of each other from before the song, so it made it a lot more organic. I mean, yeah, naturally Pro is a mainstream artist, and, you know, the fact that he's attached to my debut single could possibly have a knock-on effect or have an influence over, you know, the success of the record. But for me, it was more about who suited the song and, you know, who felt right for the body of work. And I just felt like, you know, it was a really great collaboration.
When you're trying to get yourself to really be comfortable financially in the music business, how would you see your model to approaching it?
I feel as though primarily, no matter what you do, you need to find the perfect balance between doing what you love and doing what makes sense, you know. So you know, I love rap and I won't compromise rap. However, I felt the way I used to rhyme before, not even the way I used to ram, because I still ram like that now. I just displayed it on my F64. I just done a link-up TV the other day, and it's very intricate as well. And I just feel like, you know, that sort of music is tailored for a particular audience. You know, you'd be naive in thinking that you can do what you do and it will appeal to everybody. It just doesn't work like that, you know. So I understood what, you know, what it takes. Well, you know, I dare not say that, you know, that's a bit bold, but I mean, I understand that there is a formula and there is, you know, a method you need to adapt in order to make yourself more commercially viable, you know. And, you know, the mainstream audience are not going to go on iTunes and buy an F64. They just won't do it. You know, they want something that is worth the money. They want something with, you know, melodic. They want something that they can play back and enjoy, music that might evoke an emotion, you know, a real song. So, you know, I've been crafting my album for, you know, nearly 2 years now, and in my opinion, I mean, I thought I had an album when I signed my deal, you know, but I proved myself wrong in the sense that I made an album for my people, you know. Whereas, like, there was a lot of storytelling in there. I did have 2 big records, and they're still now possibly going to be my singles. However, the rest of the album eliminated everybody, like everyone, and I just felt like, you know, now in hindsight, the records I have now, I mean, they haven't been tried and tested, but they've been road tested, and when I perform them, they just go down a storm. Like, they really connect. And, you know, people tweet me asking about the records. When I'm looking for this record on iTunes, I can't find it anywhere. So, you know, it is a bit of an indication that the formula that I've adapted is, you know, it's making sense. But I mean, you know, I'm still, in the eyes of, you know, releasing music, in that sense, I'm still a rookie. You know, I've never taken that leap, and I'm looking forward to the challenge. So I feel, you know, ultimately I've done everything that I could possibly do or I need to do as an artist musically. So now the rest is like left to hard work.
Show, you got a headline show coming up?
Yeah.
So tell me about that. When
that's in Coco's in Camden on August the 10th, the day after my birthday. So I might make it like a little birthday celebration, you know. But I think ultimately this one here is just, you know, it's prior to release. It's me. It's my first ever headline show, ticketed event. So it's a place where we're just gonna let everybody come down, see what we've been working on, and ultimately just have fun. You know, the thing about it is, it's like sometimes when you get into the logistics of music and the industry, you can forget that it's actually it's work, but it's also an enjoyable craft. You know, and a lot of people tend to lose sight of that. So I just feel like, you know, it's important to make sure you remember to have fun.
What kind of other, I told you, see, as a businessman, what kind of other enterprises or stuff are you working on? Because I know you just don't sit on music.
I mean, I got a couple other sad things, you know. I got a couple other sad things that, I mean, to be honest with you, they're just all very small things right now. That, you know, depending on how the future goes, you know, maybe they'll blossom later on. But right now, you know, it's just maybe I'll tell you when the camera comes. You know, but yeah.
What have you now identified as like the typical Smile audience when you go out?
Honestly, I don't think I've gauged my audience yet. I feel like I'm still enjoying offering my services to anybody that's prepared to listen. I don't feel I could tell you what a typical Smiler supporter is. Anybody that appreciates great music.
Does that make it almost sometimes difficult when you're making music, where it's like you almost make it in the dark, but you don't know who's gonna receive it at times?
No.
So you just with the quality music aspect. And
yeah, definitely. I feel, you know, the minute you start to allow your potential audience to dictate what sort of music you make, you'll find yourself at a crossroads, and you'll compromise the quality of the music because you'll be trying to satisfy too many different audiences at once. So I feel it's best to keep it natural, and just, you know, study the game. You know, find what you feel is the right formula, not just for success but for yourself. You know.